Hi guys, Elizabeth with Omni Studios here. I know some of you have asked about shooting film. Some of you are really curious about the film process and have thought about or wanted to explore that a little bit. So I thought I would show you a little bit of a couple quick, like really practical tools that might help you kind of get started and feel a little more comfortable. The first thing is light meter. Light meter will totally help when you get consistent exposures. When you're working with film, you just don't want to risk, when you're shooting digitally, it's really easy to just shoot and expose. And the way that the camera sensor works for basically metering the light inside of a camera, it's going to meter for the whole frame. It's going to kind of take the lump sum and find, the overall average, and they're going to meter for that. So what a light meter does is it actually allows you to tell the camera, this is where I want to expose for. So usually when I'm photographing people, I'm always going to meter around their face because I want to know how I want the best exposure to be at their face. Now there's situations that you might want not do that, but generally speaking, you would do that in front of their face. So typically I like to do bulb out, and I like to do it just a little bit down. I'm also using my ISO is usually at 200 for shooting 400 speed film. Sometimes I'll go to 320 if it's like a really bright space and I know there's going to be plenty of light, but film handles that a little bit of overexposing much better than digital does. So bulb out, slightly tilted down, 200 ISO or 320 if you're wanting to push it a little bit. The other thing that might be helpful is if I'm going to show you my Contax 645, the way that I load this film is I'm going to pop this open right here, pull this insert out, and you're going to take that top piece. You're going to pop this open. You're going to move both of those two. I hope you guys can see that. Both of those two, you're going to move it down to the bottom. So you want the empty spool to be on the bottom. And then, let me open this up here. So you're going to open your roll of film and see the little, there's little connectors right there where there's like a long, I don't know if you guys can see that as I'm rotating it. So you want that to line up with that here. So you're just going to make sure that those are actually connected. Try to keep a little pressure on that while you are doing it. And then I like to make sure this doesn't come completely open. So that should be, let's see, this should be coming out. Oops, sorry. There you go. Try not to drop my camera here. So this should be coming out. The black should be pointing out. So it's going to wrap around the back of this. So it's going to be black around the back. And then what you're going to do here is there's a little groove. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's like a little groove there. And you're going to just pop this into it about at that flap. See how there's like a bend in it? You're going to stick it in there. And then on the side here, you can see there's an arrow. So I'm going to rotate it in the direction of the arrow. So I'm going to make sure I'm rotating it that way. And you can see it kind of going around here. You're going to rotate until you see this line. There's actually a little white dot there, and that's what you're trying to line up. So once you get that done, you pop it back in there and here. And make sure you hear the double click. So click, click, and then close it. And then I'm going to hit go, and it's going to load. And that is how I like to meter and load my film. Hope that was helpful today.